It's Masters weekend. That's right, in November. Is it in April? Well, there's one thing that I really enjoy. I hope it's okay. Jay Shaw, Love Over Money is my main love. But I've been laid up a little bit and doing videos and got my hurt knee, and I just gotta improvise a little bit. And I'm going off track a little bit, only because, well, maybe it's love over money, because I really enjoy golf, and I know some people gonna turn this off right away. But the Masters, you gotta like the excitement, the location. And what's really neat this year is that they have no spectators. And there's Tiger Woods, of course. The whole thing about it is the golf is something that keeps my balance intact. It keeps me focused, and it's really important for me. I'm kind of like the golfer that doesn't golf. I use it for therapy. I do not play golf. I used to be a really, well, I don't want to say it used to be really good, but I used to be like a 1 or 2 handicap. Not now, of course. I don't know. I haven't played, but I'm hitting the ball pretty good until my leg messes up. But the Masters is going on, and I just want to do a report on the Masters. And I'm doing fine, and I'm happy to be watching some golf and watching some exciting stuff. What's really interesting this year is, like I said, there's nobody there because of the COVID and the virus, and it's just like a beautiful place. Have you ever seen Augusta National? It's really a beautiful place, period. But when there's no spectators, no bleachers, no crowds, it just like has a special quietness and concentration and beauty of the whole place that no one's ever expected. The reason they moved it because of, I think, was for a change, and maybe the virus was going to get worse, and they wanted to make sure they came through with the Masters, which is one of the 4 great golf events every year. They have 4, and they're called majors. The U.S. Open, British Open, Masters, and the PGA Championship. And, of course, I enjoy watching. I have a lot of experience. I got to then I really enjoy. It's the level. I mean, until you understand golf, it's really boring. But when you understand the shot making and what they're doing, it's kind of like baseball. You know, watching baseball, watching golf, I admit, is boring. But if you understand what's happening, it's really intense, and especially as exciting and close golf gets, and all the stories behind everything and the color. So if you get a chance, all you got to do is go to the Masters app. Go to the Play Store and get the Masters app. And you'll see the green figure, the official app, and you can follow your favorite player. They actually have a special feature this year where you can pick the player that you want, and you can watch every shot that they make. That's never been done before. The year of the social media, I think, because of the virus, there is some good things. I got a lot of experience in golf, and I just think, gosh, you know, I can break the rules a little bit, and it's not our topic at all. But I mean, we've been doing some basketball locally in Cleveland, and maybe we should do some golf. But golf is something I enjoy. But so that's what's happening in the Masters, and it's just an exciting event to watch. So go to Play Store and make sure you get that app. Dustin Johnson's leading right now. And I think he was leading the last time I looked. And they'll be start playing again because the time difference is off. But there's other places you can watch it as well. You just search on Google the Masters. But the best one is get the Masters app, and they'll give you, and it's the official Masters, Golf Masters website or app where you can watch everything and statistics. Like I said, the neatest feature they have right now is you can follow any player in the field, every shot that he makes. And gosh, that's never been done before. It's amazing, the coverage and the things that are happening in sports, and doing meetings, and I mean technology. I mean, I'm here talking about this. So, this is my sports report, I guess. Dustin Johnson's leading. That's all right now. One of my favorite players, or two of them, is Ricky Fowler and Phil Mickelson, because he's a lefty, and I'm a left-hander. So I'm feeling better, and I should be walking maybe next week. And so I just thought I'd throw in a Masters update and how you could watch the Masters. I think a lot of people don't know how easy it is. You don't have to wait to watch it on TV, especially in the Philippines, and we're way off on the different time zone. So remember, go to Play Store and look for the Masters logo and download it. It's safe, very legit app, and you'll enjoy it, even if you never watched golf before. The beauty of the course, it being a different time of the year, colder. And there's nobody there. Everyone's intense. It has a whole different atmosphere. Now, if you're not a golfer, you really won't notice it probably. But if you are a golfer and been watching the Masters, you don't miss it. It's a once in a lifetime. They'll probably never do this again, or maybe they will. Well, let's hope they don't, because we want to get rid of this virus. But yeah, it's a great time. Some people are going, not for me, and they probably already turned it off. But anyhow, maybe I'll start another channel about golf. What do you think? Give me a comment. It's just something I love, and I love over money. I don't make any money at it, but I'll find some excuse to talk about golf. And I enjoy it. There's a lot of things that I've learned. I can hit the ball pretty good. I'm the golfer that never golfs. How's that? And I know a good caddy here in the Philippines who caddied for the President of the United States and the President of the Philippines. And maybe he could be my our co-host. So that's what's going on right now. And the course is really, it's soft, so there's less bump and run like they usually do. And the fast greens, it's more of a, it's changing every day, but right now it's like hitting high shots and sticking the greens. And everyone's talking and relaxed, so there's no danger of spectators interfering or creating tension. Now, some of the top players, it's always hard to play. I've never seen Tiger so relaxed and as they interview him and enjoying himself. So, it's a good way to see right now your players or some pro golfers in a way that you've never seen them before as regular people. And I think that's why you should check it out. There's a lot of good things. So we'll see who wins it, but I don't really care. I just enjoy watching, and it'll heal my back. And we have some good videos coming up. Love over money. Our main focus is what I believe in, and the culture, and believing in not giving up, and inspirational stories. I got a 3-part series of the whole story of the storm, celebrating the 7-year anniversary of Yolanda, the storm, the relief effort, the wedding. Yeah, it's going to be 3 parts. Maybe I'll put it in 2 parts. I've done bits and parts of it, but I really never kind of put it all together. And I got so much footage that I've never shown. And it was kind of neat, because when I was out there, there was no bloggers. People looked at me funny when I had the camera in my arm and videotaping myself. At that time, there were very few bloggers. In fact, I might have been one of the very first bloggers to use my arm and videotape myself. I remember everyone saying, "Wow, that's unique." And that's been the standard. I don't know. Maybe I'm one of the first bloggers. But the thing is, I shot a lot of stuff, but I never started YouTube. I was one of those people that started shooting and procrastinated and never did anything about it because I was too busy. But I got a lot of footage. So that'll help me with this timeout that I'm having right now. But next week I'll be up and around with crutches, and I'll be shooting and keeping things in full steam. And we have a great singer that's coming in the studio. That's special about Yolanda. We have also special on slavery and Amazing Grace, this song, and how they stopped slavery, the British hero. And that's going to be very interesting. And I think you got to watch that. So these kind of things that I like to really do that make an impact and a change in people's lives. When you hear about how the song "Amazing Grace," I just want to tell you too. I don't want to tell you too much about it. You might have saw a preview already on Jay Shaw, but I'll just give you a hint. It's about a tall ship, the song "Amazing Grace," and a British politician who went to all ends to stop slavery and passed the first bill. William Wilberforce. Okay, I'm giving it away. And 3 days, 60 hours later, he died. And he made his life ambition to get a bill. And they kept saying no, And he kept going. And not only did he do that, he started the first animal hospitals, feeding the poor. He had a big castle. Back then, there was the rich and the poor. And he just didn't think it was right. And he didn't know if he wanted to be a pastor for the Lord or a politician. So one of his politician friends happened to be one of the youngest in history of British politics, encouraged him to stay in politics, said that he could touch more people's lives. So he chose politics, but he really focused on a lot of good things with Christian values. In fact, he was actually, I'm giving the whole story away, but there was a movie, and there's one scene I just will not forget where he stands up in court, or the Parliament, or I'm not for sure if I said that right, but the British court system, and he and the writer Amazing Grace just started belting. He started singing Amazing Grace just out of nowhere. They were talking, and he had no rhyme and reason, and then everyone listened. And for some reason, I think that was the time that they passed it. They got it. Because the captain that wrote the song promised that he would quit taking slaves. I'm telling the story. But anyways, he'd quit taking slaves if he could make it safely. And he heard this melody in Africa that he just used, and then he put these words to it when he got back, when he made it through the storm, and he dedicated his life to God and quit being a slave ship captain. Slavery happens today, even all over the world. Every country has it, and we need to put a stop to it. And maybe I can bring some awareness to that, because it's a big problem even today. Pull up a chair and listen to Jay Shaw, and bring you some inspiration and some golf about the Masters. Okay, that's a little bit of a push there, but that's what I love. You know what I like is the stories. Golf has raised more money for charities than any other sport in the world. And there's so many, like Payne Stewart. He was a golfer that won the U.S. Open. Then if you remember a while back, his airplane, one of the windows broke, and it was no cabin pressure, and everyone just passed out. And we had military jets following it. They were going to blow it out of the air, but they didn't have to. It crashed in some farm field. He was very, very helpful to helping many people. Actually, when he won the U.S. Open, there's a shot of him hugging Phil Mickelson, who got lost by one stroke, and said, "Phil, you have a child, you have a family. You'll do this." And he just grabbed his face and looked at him sincerely and said, "You're a lucky man." And golf is a game of honor, too. They call their own penalties, except for some people that cheat that we know about. But, there's people that cheat at golf, and it doesn't do you any good. When you play by honor, it's hard to cheat on TV, because when you got cameras following every player, especially with this new system where you can pick every player, and every player is being recorded. So that's really going to be helpful with penalties, because usually they just pick on the most popular players because they're being televised. So a lot of less known players will just cheat. Some, I don't think many in the PGA level, but they'll get away with it because nobody's watching. But with technology now, with this picking your player, they have to cover every player's shot so they can just pull up the files and make a judgment like a football replay. And there's been a lot of bad calls in golf in the last 3 years, and stupid rules that just make it really dumb. So it's changing. And, of course, I have an opinion on a lot of this kind of stuff because I think it's a game of honor and has always stories about it. People that are, if another golfer has cancer and all the players, will come together and help them out, and they stick together and help with other charities, Shriners Hospital. I mean, so many incredible, good organizations that golf has helped with. Not only that, the golfers go to these places and, I mean, not just say hi and shake hands, but they spend time with the people, with the kids, with the adults, with the people that are suffering. And then they donate money to causes for healing, and it really is a love over money. I mean, when you're golfing, to get pro, most of the time, everyone loses money and never makes it to be a pro. Kind of like the basketball players here in Kalibo. They spend so much time, and the chances are them ever making it to the pros are very nil. But you can't take that away. There's that 1% or that 3%, whatever it is, to make it. You can't give up on your dream, and then the money will follow. But if you just do it for the love over money, well, that's what it's all about, and I guess that's where I'm going to end it. Jay Shaw, Love Over Money, with the Masters Report. Fair winds, falling season, clear day sky.